Hey everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. Press the like button if you would, please. Subscribe. If you've been subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for the patronage. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, I'm over here in... Where am I at? I'm in Del Mar, one of the Del Mar beaches over here in San Diego. Check it out. I know how much you guys would love to just watch my face, watch my lips move the whole entire video, but I'm gonna do you a favor today and I'll just put my phone down so that you could focus on the beach, and I'll narrate the video from where I'm sitting at.
Mary 3, I might need a code 20 out here. I have a person in one of the laundry rooms. He's holding a knife right at the door.
Copy, I'll call right now.
As you can see, this private security officer is professional. I made a comment to his video and I asked if I could use it for my YouTube channel for a tactical debrief. I have not yet received a response. However, this is one of the only opportunities I have today to film a video. So he didn't message me back. So I'm going to assume right now it's no, I cannot use his video to make a tactical debrief for educational purposes. So what I am able to do is just show brief clips of the situation. If I show too much, I'm going to get spanked by YouTube, and that could be a copyright infringement depending on how we critique the video or what type of purpose it's for. And all my tactical debriefs are basically for editorial purposes, so for the most part pretty much okay with that. So guys, this private security officer is very, very professional. He's able to maintain his calm in the face of danger. There's a stressful situation. You have a man with a knife, a very demented man with a knife, licking the freaking knife, guys. And this private security officer maintains his cool and calmly and collectively and intelligently contacts dispatch through his radio and describes what exactly he's witnessing. I know police officers, ladies and gentlemen, that would be in panic mode from what they're seeing right now. So I really like how he's holding himself out. I don't know if he's the owner of the company. I don't know if he's a supervisor. I don't know if he's a manager. But hey guys, if he is an employee, if he's a line staff member, he deserves accommodation award just for his ability to maintain calm in the face of danger, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of private security officers would take off. You know, they'd split. They see that demented person with a knife, guys. Just because you have a gun, you have a firearm, that doesn't mean that you're going to stop the threat. There's case studies out there that show at 21 foot, well actually before the 21 foot extension, somebody with a knife can stab you, guys. And there's no guarantee that when you start firing your weapon at this person, that this person's going to stop, guys. There's no guarantee. So for him to stay in that area, he gets a thumbs up by me. Now, I know some of you are totally against standing your ground or just remaining at the scene. This is not my job to stay here and be a potential target, be a potential liability. It's not my job, and I get it. And I want to hear your comments in the description box. I want to know whether you think that this private security officer did a great job, whether or not you agree with me. If not, that's totally fine. What could he have done better? Right now, I can't think of anything that he could have done better. He did a fantastic job. Very good job. Well, maybe there's one thing, and that's looking at it 20/20 hindsight. So he does what every other private security officer should do, and that is calling the police department. Police department gets there very quickly. I mean, it looks like with a matter of minutes. So as you can see, what we have is basically we have a subject inside of a laundry room who is barricaded. You have a barricaded suspect. This is something that security officers normally do not deal with. Normally you call the police and they handle it from there. What I will say this is that during the last decade, there's been a change on how law enforcement officers deal with these types of situations. There's something, for lack of better terms, called a state-mandated crisis. What that entails is basically the state, meaning law enforcement, creates their own urgency or their own emergency, therefore they have to use force. Again, this is just for lack of better terminology. I'm chilling at the beach, guys, and I'm having a great time, and I can't remember totally what that term is called, so in the description box, help me out here. Well, those waves are coming up pretty close. So let me just clarify a little bit. So if law enforcement goes over there, they go inside the laundry room with attempt to detain this person with what is apparent is basically you have trespassing, guys. Trespassing. If the private security officer acting as an agent for the manager, if he wants this person placed under citizen's arrest, basically what they're doing is enforcing that citizen's arrest. To do that, they're going to have to go inside the laundry room. Guys, I could just see an OIS occurring right now, an officer-involved shooting. Officers going there to detain this person. This guy is demented already, licking a freaking knife. I believe that he's going to do something stupid that's going to cause the police to shoot him. This would be kind of sort of one of these state created emergencies. Did law enforcement really have to go there? Look at the type of offense that's being committed. It is trespassing, guys. In my county, they're not even processing those who are arrested for trespassing. They're not criminally prosecuting them right now, and it's horrible. So to know that law enforcement isn't even going to book this person is kind of defeating. One would argue burglary, entering a structure with the intent to commit a felony. What is that felony? Well, you have, I'm pushing this one. I mean, it does look like this guy wants to assault somebody with a knife, maybe potentially murder. But guys, there's no way that right now with the facts you can even prove that, guys. So what you really have is you have brandishing a weapon, and then you have trespassing. That's it. And there's nobody inside of the laundry room. So let's talk about the plan of action. Private security officer does a good job. The only thing that I would do differently, and maybe I need to watch the video, is just keep the area lit constantly, keep it under constant observation until that moment that you decide to leave. If you're going to leave, the best time to leave is exactly when law enforcement is leaving, guys. When they're leaving, then it's time for you to leave. I think that's maybe when he slipped out of the cracks. I don't know if the security officer lost sight of him or lost sight of the area. It is apparent he possibly did. I do not like to have people with knives that do these crazy things slipping away from me. I want to know where they're at all the time. Whoa. Guys, tide is coming up. I'm going to have to cut this video really short, as you can see. I got one more wave coming up. So another thing that we could consider is maybe establishing a wide perimeter, because guys, it's just a matter of time until a guest is going to enter that laundry room and get ambushed by this person. I would definitely contact the client, the landlord, whoever owns this complex. In my 40-hour leadership and development private patrol operator course that's online, I talk about having emergency contact information. I even develop emergency contact information form for as part of the contract, as part of the post orders. And I don't want their business line. I want their cell phone and I want their home address. Whoever the client is, whoever the responsible person is for the property, because we all know that once we call the client during off business hours, they're not going to answer. That phone is going to be ringing on the business line. So that's one thing. And I want them to know, what do you want me to do? You're in a situation here where somebody can die. Somebody can be ambushed. What do you want us to do? The next question is, as a private security officer, are you obligated, well, as a company, are you obligated to stay there and and make sure that nobody gets hurt. Well, that's the question of the contract. What does the contract say? According to the security officer, he stood there an hour. Maybe that's beyond what they're supposed to stay. Guys, if it's within the time that you're supposed to stay, you're obligated to whatever the contract says. But you are obligated to keep the property safe or help to keep it safe to a degree. Okay, to a degree. So if I can't get a hold of the client, guys, I'm going to have to leave. And if the client says, "Hey, no, I still need you there," if you're a line staff member, talk to the owner of the company, talk to the manager, ask them, "What do you want me to do? Can you please show up here? We want to know what is going on." So, guys, what you're seeing in law enforcement is a change in tactics, techniques. Law enforcement is no longer going inside of building structures. They're no longer responding to a lot of these calls for service, and they're no longer dealing with the mentally ill or people who are demented like this, guys. So this places a heavy burden on private security. So as private security officers, we need a plan. Guys, again, this goes back to Democrats. Democrats push, especially in California, they push a lot of these assembly bills that prevent law enforcement on doing what they should be doing, guys. They don't feel supported. They don't want to get in an OIS. They don't want to make that risk. And I know what you guys are saying, well, they shouldn't be police officers. That's true. But try to find a police officer right now, or a rookie officer, or somebody that's not an officer, who wants to be an officer. Try to encourage them to be a police officer, and let them know that the state of California, and by the way, guys, I'm California, the state of California is not going to back you up if you get into an OIS. Guys, I'm looking forward to the dialogue. I really, really want to know what your opinion is on this. How can we deal with a situation like this? Looking for a dialogue? Take care, guys.